the Ultimus runecrafting minigame presented by Mod Slayer. On camera, Mod Slayer has been talking to a vast number of players today. Her voice has taken a beating. We'll let the microphone do the work, but go with it. Mod Slayer.
Okay, so it wasn't quite Slayer that we had, but runecrafting is one of the last 99s I plan to get, so when I figured that we could possibly make this a bit better, and I know with many of the skills we've got so much choice out there, I mean so many different ways we can train them, but with runecrafting we've really just got the altars, and there's different methods of doing them, but generally it is just an altar, and I wanted to bring that into a permanent solution to have an alternative, so picture a factory setting, and it's going to be more or less a puzzle-based game, so it's going to be pretty fast-paced, and you're going to have to combine these rooms, and what you're going to get from this is it's going to be the best runecrafting in game. We're hoping to aim it at players 70 plus runecrafting, and apart from being the best XP in game, some of the rewards you might be able to get. I know all of you are struggling for bank space, so I'd like to help you with that and combine your pouches you've got. So you'll be able to combine some of your pouches together, and so it'll give you more inventory space when you're running, and also you'll be able to carry more assets with you if you do train on altars. But apart from that, your new wicked hood you've got, which teleports you to the altars each day, and that we're going to upgrade that, could be one of the rewards, and this will give you better XP whilst in the factory. For those of you who do still like to run the altars, we'll give you a bit of extra XP as well when you're running altars. And apart from that, there's one more reward, and you won't have to do any payments on the Zedamai banker. He'll be completely, you won't have to pay the runes for him, so that should save you some space as well. And apart from being the best XP game, I think there's some pretty nice rewards, and I definitely think runecrafting could do with an update. Thanks, Martin.
Never seeing one again. Last, but by no means least, number 5, Mod Hunter, the big game hunter D&D. You have an enviable piece of concept art to back you up, so tell us something about that now.
Well, yes, I'm Mod Hunter, but in game I'm not really a fan of the skill. I find the creatures you hunt are quite stupid. They'll just run into your traps without any thought whatsoever. That's what I'd like to change. So, a bit of backstory, there's some ancient island, but nobody ever has seen it. But recently some creatures have been seeping into the mainland, which the hunting expert has been trying to discover. But they've caught onto his scent, so he needs your help to find them. Once you've hidden your scent, he will give you a task, so you may be asked to catch 5 giant chinchompas, quite like Slayer. Whilst you're hunting some, say, normal red chinchompas, you may have a giant chinchompa appear and try and explode next to you, or in terms of defending other chinchompas. You may need to stun it before it attacks you, and similar mechanics like these just to make new types of the monsters that are a bit more intelligent than the current ones. That would be the weekly repeatable content where you can get one of these tasks each week. In reward for this, you will get a hunter token, or 2, maybe even more, which can be traded in for rewards. Some of which could be, say, a hunting knife, which when taken to things which drop skins, such as hunting creatures or even dragons, you may find you get extra highs whilst hunting them. You may also get that cute little pet, if you look at number 4 in the concept art, who could be following you around, tripping over his own ears as he's moving behind you, quite like the little cute animations on the pet jag. You may also be able to discover a new hunting area filled with a more powerful chinchompa. And who knows for the shark, it could be destroying anywhere. So if you want more intelligent hunting creatures, vote number 5.
Excellent, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the crack team of QA specialists. Before we close down, a swift rundown. You have seen Mod Adams' player-owned greenhouse. You have seen Mod Lewis R's customizable agility course. You have seen Mod Vicky's statues of Yale or D&D, not DVD. We can bring one out. What do you think, Mod? You have seen Mod Slayer's Ultimate Warfare minigame. And you have seen Mod Hunter with the Big Game Hunter D&D. These 5 player suggestions that they've championed for you are now yours to vote on. If you look under your seats, or in your hand if you've already been fitted, you will find a voting pad. On it are numbers. In a few moments, these voting pads will become active. These voting pads will become active. When you cast your votes, you will be able to register 2 votes. 2 unique votes. This means that the last 2 numbers that you press will be registered as your votes for this update. If you press the same one twice, it will register as 1 vote, so don't do that.
That's not fair. I wanted to vote for 4 twice.
You have dedicated. Ladies and gentlemen, cast your votes now. Let me tell you, we've had several rather interesting suggestions in the 1300 that didn't quite make it. Someone wanted an entire underwater city, which would be cool. It really would. I could think of many ways to make this incredibly good. It's also not a skill update. It's not related to a skill update, and it's huge. It's a project that will take months. And probably wouldn't be out this summer. So that's one possibility. A good idea, undoubtedly a good idea, but not really a fitting one, and not really fitting to this. We have had many suggestions that we add sailing to the game, that we add shape-shifting to the game, that we add bard to the game. I'm not sure if it's just one bard or the ability to make your own bards. The idea wasn't put through in that much detail. But while all potentially good, we have many developers who can do a great deal of this. These are also not skill updates. These are skills. Oh yes, build your own corpse. Would anyone like to play around the house, except it's not a house, it's a corpse? I felt justified in cutting that. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, your time for voting is at an end. Let's now move on to see the results of your voting.
Woo! My voice is pretty much gone for today. It can do that today, definitely.
A close run thing indeed. Bear in mind a couple of disclaimers here first. Number one, just because Big Game Hunter did not win, doesn't mean it's not a good idea. And so, sometime in the distant future, we may yet put it in. So if you see it in the game someday and you think, I didn't vote for that, then don't rage. Well, feel free to rage, I'll laugh. And number two, you have voted on concepts. And you have voted on concepts that are yet to be fully designed. They will be very similar to what you have heard, particulars may change a little. So, don't rage. Or if you do, I'll laugh. Regardless, the results, you have voted for the rune crafting minigame. Ultimate rune crafting will become a part of RuneFest next summer.
Woo! Like 8 months.
And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for turning up here and listening to our spiel, to your spiel, presented back to you. And thank you very much for casting your votes on this You Be the Judge panel. Enjoy the rest of the fest.